evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Fairfield, Maine and Lawrence High School. At Folsom Gymnasium we are tonight for this Class A KVAC girls matchup. It features the Lawrence Lady Bulldogs at 5-4 versus the visitors, the Erskine Academy Eagles. They come in at 6-3. Both teams have a little parity here as far as the standings, and if the tournament was to start tomorrow, the tournament point index for the Bulldogs is actually higher in the records. Yeah, so it's kind of the mealy heel points. We're getting ready for the starting lineups. And PA announcer Joe Marcoux is reading the sportsmanship address at the moment. So we'll take this opportunity to talk about Erskine Academy and who they've defeated earlier in the year. They have victories over Madomic Valley, Coney, Messalonskee, Brewer, Camden Hills, and just recently they went up to Mount Blue and came away from a victory. Their losses are to Skowhegan, Gardner, and Hampton Academy. The Lady Bulldogs have defeated Coney, Messalonskee, Skowhegan, Brewer, and Coney. So they've beat Coney twice down. The starting lineups for the Eagles. Number 10, Joanna Linscott. She's a sophomore. Mackenzie Roderick is a freshman. Number 24, Alyssa Savage, a junior. Number 40, Jordan Linscott, a junior. And number 42, Emily Clark, a freshman. Two freshmen start for the Eagles. For the Lady Bulldogs, number 2, Megan Curtis. Number 3, Savannah Weston. Number 24, Delaney Carr. Number 32, Miss Bouchard. And 34, Sarah Poli. The starting lineups have been announced, and at this time we are going to turn things over to the Soldiers of Sound and the Lawrence High School Pep Band for tonight's national anthem. So the Erskine Academy Eagles are in their huddle, and talk about tonight's head coach, Mitch Donner. He is a former college basketball coach. He has a number of years of experience, and I think that that's one of the attributations for why Erskine Academy in their youth has really surprised people so far this year. The pundits that were talking about this, meaning those in the media that were talking about the preseason and where they expected teams to fall, didn't really expect Erskine to be as successful as they are. The tip-off is up, and Lawrence controls the tap. Curtis with the basketball. Picks it up in the backcourt. She's being guarded by Linscott. Gets the ball over to Carr. Carr over to Paulai. Paulai over to Bouchard. Bouchard with the basketball now. Being guarded by Bouchard. Curtis over to Bouchard. Bouchard into Paulai. Paulai looking to do something with it. We've got a jump ball. Possession to Erskine. Turnover. Lydia Boucher with the basketball. Dribbling out front, gets it over to Clark. Clark with it now. Gets it over to Linscott. Linscott gets it back to Boucher. Boucher looking to penetrate. Gets it to, that's Linscott. Dumps it underneath to Savage. Savage looking to do something with it, but she shuffled her feet, and that's a travel. Consecutive turnovers, both teams in their offensive possessions. 0-0 with 1 minute gone from this game. 7 minutes remaining in the first period. Bouchard with the basketball. Gets it to Weston. Over to Carr. Carr with it on the baseline. Gets it to Paulai. Gets it to Weston. Short corner. Power up. Left hand up and good. Nice job against the zone right there. The Lady Bulldogs move the ball without the dribble. Do it on the pass. Very difficult for zone defense to react to quick moving passes. Erskine on offense now. Gets it to Linscott. Linscott with the basketball being guarded by Carr. Down to the baseline. That's a pop shot right there and up and no good. That shot was by Linscott. Sisters, Joanna and Jordan, 10 and 40. We'll refer to them by their first names at this point. Bouchard with the basketball. Gets it over to Weston. Weston tries to dump it into Paulai, but that one's tipped, but recovered by Weston. She dribbles on the left-hand side, but she dribbles it off her leg. And it's going to be an Erskine basketball. Jordan Linscott inbounds the basketball. Gets it to Boucher. Boucher runs the show. She is the captain of the Erskine team. Gets a screen and dumps it down in the corner. She gets that down to Joanna Linscott with the basketball now. She gets it to her sister, Jordan. Shot from the baseline, and that one was no good, and that was Savage on the missed shot. Rebound by Paulai, and the Lady Bulldogs bring the ball down the floor in a hurry. Here's Bouchard, and she dribbles, and it's good. 4-0 Lady Bulldogs. Here's Boucher with the basketball. Gets it down to 24. That's Savage, and that shot's no good. Rebounded by Weston, and now to Curtis. Curtis up the floor in a hurry, gets it to Bouchard. Bouchard for three. That one's short rim, no good. Rebounded by the Erskine Academy Eagles. And pushed up the floor by Boucher. Boucher now gets it over to Jordan. Jordan with a shot. That's Jordan Linscott for two. Megan Curtis with the basketball. Lawrence spaces the floor here, looking to get some penetration. Megan Curtis to the hole. That one's no good. Rebounded by Paulai. Paulai powers it up. That one is no good, but she's going to draw a foul. Foul's going to be on Emily Clark. That's going to be her first foul. Team's first, as Sarah Paulai goes to the line, shooting two. First one's up and good. And the second one is equally as good. Nice job at the line there by Sarah Paulai. Looked pretty smooth. Boucher with the basketball now, and she gets it over to Jordan Linscott. Linscott's jump shot is no good. That's rebounded by Bouchard. And she's going to push the basketball up the floor. Gets it to Paulai. Paulai's layup is good. Nice offensive transition there for the Lady Bulldogs. Defense into offensive transition. That was a very nice play. Bouchard gets the ball to the wing. And Linscott just threw it away. Weston with the basketball, pushes it up the floor. She's left-handed, and she likes it there. Megan Curtis shoots a three. That one's in and out. Rebounded by the other Lynn Scott. That's Joanna. Joanna takes it up the floor, and she's going to draw a foul. And the foul's going to be on Megan Curtis. Joanna Linscott, a sophomore. Her first shot is good. Free throws and turnovers have been the story of the Lady Bulldogs this year. When they take care of the basketball and make their free throws, they win basketball games. But on those ones that they have lost, the 4 losses this year, it's been an experience taking care of the basketball, to say the least, an experience. Delaney Carr with the ball now. Tries to get it over to Curtis. Curtis with the left hand. Her layup is good. Nice penetration there by Megan Curtis. 10-3 Lady Bulldogs. 3 minutes and 33 seconds left in the first quarter. A nice drive there by Boucher for 2. Coach Chesley wants them to slow it down, move the ball. It's a 2-3 zone that they're looking at. Erskine moves into defensively. Carr with the basketball there. Gets it over to Bouchard. Bouchard looks to 2 or 3. She looks to penetrate. Nothing there. Delaney Carr with the basketball now. On the right line extended. Foul line. Oh, geez. Turnover, Bouchard. You beat a zone with quick cuts or crisp passes. And if you fiddle and diddle with it, the zone never moves. And the defense gets to rest. And the offense makes mistakes. And that's exactly what we just saw there. Boucher with the basketball. Ball around the horn. This is Lynn Scott. Lynn Scott penetrates. Her shot's no good, but it's picked up by Clark and up and in. 10-7. 2-3 zone. Here it is again. Bork just checked into the game, and it's going up. First pass, one shot, and they're done. Up the floor in a hurry is the Erskine Academy Eagles. This is Lynn Scott with the ball. Gets it over to Savage. Savage's shot is no good. That one's fought for in the rebounding action. We're going to get a travel in the rebounding action. That was Clark on the travel there, but players kind of banged around. I like the fact that the officials didn't call a foul there, and that was, both players, offense and defense, are both being aggressive. Lawrence with the basketball now, and Bork with the ball. Melissa gets it over to Dunphy. Dunphy with it now. Gives it to Weston. Weston over to Curtis. Megan Curtis for 3. That one's good. Offensive execution right there. Team sits in a zone. The best way to get them out of the zone is shoot them out of it. And there was a nice shot there by Megan Curtis. Bouchard looks to penetrate. Nothing. Over to Lynn Scott. Lynn Scott with the ball. Gets it to her sister. Jordan gets it down underneath, and the layup's no good. Rebounded by Megan Curtis, but they're going to say that Curtis and Bork both had possession of the basketball, creating a travel and a turnover. Ball's going to be inbounded by Lynn Scott underneath the Erskine Academy hoop. Shot is no good there by Jordan Lynn Scott. And now we've got a foul on Erskine Academy. That's going to be on Savage. That's her first, team second. 1 minute, 32 seconds remaining in the first period here, as Erskine sits back into that 2-3 zone. Lawrence spaces it out. They get the ball to Bork on the baseline. She's wide open with that shot, and they're just begging her to take it. She does. Not there. Megan Curtis for 3. She's feeling it. You might want to not play zone when Megan Curtis is feeling it, and she is right now. 1 minute remaining. 16-7. 32, that's Mahoney. Boucher with a left-handed shot. Man, that was a tough shot. She had Bouchard in her face, and Boucher put it in. Megan Curtis with the basketball, and she looks to penetrate left hand. That one's blocked, and it's going to be tipped off of Megan Curtis and go out of bounds. Nice penetration there, but maybe not the best idea to force that shot. There was some contact, but referees are letting a lot go here tonight. Boucher with the basketball. Getting a screen, a high screen, looks to penetrate, nothing there. Gets it to the baseline. That's Mahoney. Mahoney, travel. 2-foot jump stop. Get on balance. She wasn't on balance, and she dragged her pivot foot. And that created a turnover. Megan Curtis with the basketball now, and Lawrence spreads it out again. Savannah Weston, left hand, no good. Rebounded by Clark. Nice defense there by the young lady. Boucher pop shot left hand, and that one's in and out. Savannah Weston with a rebound, and she's pushing the ball up the floor with authority. She gets it over to Bork. Bork's jump shot from the baseline is no good. That one is batted around in the rebounding action. Erskine's going to control it, and that will end the quarter, 16-10. The Lady Bulldogs are in the lead, but this one's far from over. Sarah Pauli checked back in the game, so didn't Delaney Carr for the Lady Bulldogs as the quarter expired. This game is brought to you by KSW Federal Credit Union. KSW Federal Credit Union located on 222 College Avenue in Waterville. It's the home of the Whatever Loan. The Whatever Loan, a one-year short-term loan for up to $3,000 for whatever. Coaches are talking it over. Interesting note, this is one of the things that you don't see when you get a chance to, when you join us here, and thank you for joining us. The JV game, the Lawrence JV squad might be one of the best JV squads I've seen in a very long time. And, youth for both of these programs is very high. The Erskine Academy team on their JV squad have 9 freshmen on their JV squad, and they have 6 freshmen on their varsity squad. Sarah Pauli with a basketball underneath, and she's going to draw a foul. So we're back to the action there. Mahoney is going to get her first personal. That's going to be the team third. Sarah Pauli is going to go to the line and shoot 2. First one's up and good. Sarah's got her stroke going tonight from the foul line. And as I say that, jinxed. Jinxed. This is Lynn Scott looking to penetrate, gets it to Mahoney. Mahoney gets it to Clark. Clark with the basketball on the left-hand side. And back to Mahoney. Mahoney puts it on the floor. Her runner is going to be no good. Blocked by Pauli and grabbed by Weston. Weston gets it up the floor. She looks to find Pauli, dive into the lane, and couldn't quite complete that pass. Turnover. Probably ought to get herself a better angle, but, it may be asking a little bit too much of Miss Weston to be a point guard. Boucher, her runner, left hand is good. Nice penetration there. Boucher blew a sneaker as Megan Curtis brings it up the floor. Hume with the ball. Looking to do something with it. Gets it underneath the Weston. Weston's left-handed, so she's always coming back to that left hand. It's surprising that defenders don't pick up on that. Erskine with a rebound, and that's Lynn Scott, and she gets it over to Mahoney. Mahoney wants to do something with her. She rolls to the ball, rolls to the paint, nothing there. That's a rebound by Savage to Mahoney. Back to Lynn Scott, now over to Savage. Boucher with the ball, over to Mahoney. Good ball movement here by the Erskine Academy Eagles. That shot is up, and it is good. That is Jordan Lynn Scott with a runner and penetration. But it all stemmed from great ball movement. That great ball movement made the defense have to adjust as they switched sides of the floor and enabled Jordan Lynn Scott to get some penetration, and the defense couldn't quite catch up, allowing her to draw a foul. Her shot is good. 17-15. 6 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the first half as Erskine picks up with some pressure here in the front court. Bouchard with the basketball, and good job breaking the pressure by the Lady Bulldogs. Paulai has it now and looking to do something with it. She gets it to Bouchard. Bouchard moves the ball, gets a screen, picks up her dribble, pivots, gets it to Paulai. Carr with the ball, inside to Paulai. Double down, and it was tipped, and it's going to be a Lawrence basketball. Lawrence guard's got to do a better job at telling the post players when the double is coming. Paulai gets it on the inbound, tries to power it up. That one's no good. Weston gets it to Curtis. Curtis gets hammered as she tries to shoot, but no call and no tip. Coach Chesley looking for a tip, but I guess it wasn't there. Bouchard with a ball. Boucher. Over to Savage. Savage gets it down to Kennedy. Kennedy turns it over. Had that one dribble off her foot. See that one all too often. Megan Curtis with the ball here. Erskine is in player-to-player defense. Carr has it. Gives it to Weston. Weston over to Curtis. Curtis gets it down to Paulai. Nice ball movement. Gets it over to Bouchard. Bouchard baseline jumper. That one's going to miss everything. Savannah Weston keeps it going. Left-hand runner, no good. Rebounded by Erskine. That's Lynn Scott with the ball. She gets it up to Mahoney. Mahoney is going to get a foul on Curtis. That's going to be Megan Curtis's second foul. And the team's third. Checking into the game, replacing Weston, is Dunphy. Checking into the game for Erskine, replacing Mahoney, is Clark. Lynn Scott with a basketball and going to get it in here. She does. Gets it over to Savage. Savage with it. Gets it to Boucher. Boucher with the ball. Left-handed. Nice job. Triple threat there. Savage, her runner, is up off the glass. And ladies and gentlemen, the bank is in. Megan Curtis with it now. Looking to penetrate. Gets it over to Bouchard. Bouchard. Jump stop. Nothing there. Paulai with the ball. Gets it over to Carr. Carr looking to penetrate. Gets a screen from Paulai. And that one's in and out. Nice look there by Delaney. Ball up the floor. This is Kennedy. Kennedy gets it over to Lynn Scott. Lynn Scott with it, looking to penetrate. She penetrates. Left-hand runner, no good. Rebounded by Paulai, and she's going to get a foul. That foul is going to be on Jordan Lynn Scott. Her first, team's third, or team's fourth, check that. Bouchard with the basketball, looking to penetrate. She does. She should have shot that shot. Instead, she tried to pass it. Lynn Scott, hop step, layup good. Erskine takes the lead, 19-17. Megan Curtis with the basketball now. She penetrates. Her shot's no good. Gets her own rebound. Second effort is good. We've got a tie ball game with 4 minutes remaining in the half. Lynn Scott with the basketball now. Gets it over to Boucher. Boucher penetrates. Gets it to Clark. Clark looking to do some. Ball's not moving anywhere. Boucher penetrates. Left hand, no good. Dunphy with the rebound. Need a good offensive set here for the Lady Bulldogs. Carr, nice decision, holding up and letting everybody get into the offense. Dumps it into Paulai. Nice job. Oh, got to convert that one. Megan Curtis, got to be careful. Get picked up that third foul. You're going to have to go sit down. Ball up the floor to Kennedy. Kennedy into Clark. Clark up and under move. Nice job. I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. The defensive intensity of the Lawrence Lady Bulldogs doesn't appear to be at its peak performing. Coach Chesley's getting after him pretty good right now. And Erskine Academy believes. They believe. That's the great thing about a young team, is when they believe, they can be dangerous. There's lots of talent that's there, and they're doing a really nice job taking care of the basketball. Switching up the defense a couple of times. You know, Lawrence has to react, has to read the defense, has to do the appropriate things to take care of the basketball. And Lawrence is a turnover machine sometimes. They just don't take care of it. Well, we're back to basketball. Bouchard with the ball now. She looks to penetrate, gets it to Carr. Carr looks to penetrate, gets cut off. Dunphy out high, over to Bouchard, who crawls in. Bouchard with a great job penetrating, but she's so pass-first minded. She had a layup twice now, 2 possessions in a row. She had a wide open shot, and she chose to pass the ball instead of shoot. It's great sometimes. You got to be a little bit. Selfish sometimes. Erskine beats the press, no problem, and gets a layup. 32-19. Erskine. Bouchard with the ball. 2-3 zone they're looking at there, and Lawrence turns it over. Doesn't read the defense and turns it over. Linscott with the basketball. Gets it to Clark. Clark on the baseline. Gets it back to Linscott. Linscott has it again. Back out to Savage. This is Roderick with the ball now, and she's going to double dribble. Sarah Pauli checks back into the game for the Lady Bulldogs. 23-19, 2 minutes and 21 seconds in the first half. Erskine sets up. It's player to player right here. Bork with the basketball. Gets it to Weston. Dumps it into Pauli. Pauli wheels, draws a foul. That's Lawrence's game right there. Clear out the space. Get the ball inside. Move it on the pass. Don't get too funky with the dribble. Sarah Pauli to the line. First one's good. Excellent job on inside position. She has an opportunity to be able to be a pretty good college player, and she's only a junior. 23-21. Erskine with the lead. This is Linscott. Gets it over to Kennedy. Kennedy being guarded by Curtis. Megan Curtis can put some ball pressure on Kennedy pretty easily. I don't think she looks all that confident with the basketball. Linscott with the ball now being guarded by Carr. Gives it to Clark. Clark gets it out to Roderick. Roderick penetrates, nothing there. Kennedy with it. Back to Savage, now to Clark. Clark at the top of the key. Drives it through, over to Linscott. Linscott penetrates. That one's rejected by Pauli. Lawrence comes away with the ball. Pauli with the ball. Takes it to the baseline. Gets it over to Bork. Bork was all set up for 3. That one's off the rim, no good. Pretty good look. Kennedy with the ball. Gets it to Linscott. Linscott's jump shot, and that one's off the bank and in. It's like an ATM machine down there. Bank, bank, bank. Erskine in zone here. Gets it to Bork. Bork is his three-point shooter, but she's streaky. Short corner to Pauli. Nice job. Work the short corner, cut the lane, get the layup. Ball up the floor now. Erskine retaining possession, 25-23. Turnover. Lawrence can tie it up here or take the lead with 30 seconds remaining in this one. First half, that is. Gets it to Pauli. Pauli wants to do something with it. Gets it over to Bork. Bork, penetrate. Baseline jump shot. That one's going to be off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Weston. Weston's left-hand shot is blocked. Erskine comes away with it. 15 seconds remaining in the half. Here's Linscott. Her shot is up, and that one is no good. Erskine Academy is going to go into the locker room up by 2 here in Fairfield at Gus Folsom Gymnasium on the campus of Lawrence High School. The score at halftime, 25-23. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Well, we're 1 minute away from the start of the second half here in Fairfield. Lawrence Lady Bulldogs are just coming back out of the locker room. Looks like they had a lot to discuss downstairs. Coach Chesley even looks out of breath. I think there might have been some things said down there in that locker room. Look for some definite pressure from the Lady Bulldogs here defensively in the to start the second half. Erskine is back out. Their starting lineup is up there. There was no real substantial foul trouble to talk about. There's a couple of players with two personal fouls. Start the ball with Lawrence inbounding it. As they put the basketballs away, we've got a pause before the cause. And now we're ready for play. Curtis to inbound it. Gets it to Bouchard. Bouchard with the basketball. Player to player. Being guarded by Linscott. Tries to get it to Carr. Gets it to Savannah. Savannah Weston into Pauli. Wide open. Nice job on a move there, but couldn't get it convert. Boucher with the basketball. Gets it over to Linscott. Over to the other Linscott now. Joanna. Boucher with the basketball. Penetrates. She's going to get tripped up, and they're going to call a foul, and it's probably, okay, it's on, foul's going to go on number 32. That's on Dunphy. Let's check that. Bouchard. That's her first, team first. Ball inbounded there to Savage. Savage gets it into Linscott. That's Joanna Linscott. Her shot no good. Rebounded by Weston. Weston, get it to a guard. There you go. Gets it to Carr. Carr over to Bouchard. Wide open three-point opportunity. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And a very quick timeout there by Coach Donner. He definitely wants to address transition defense because Bouchard was wide open and not one person on the Erskine Academy Eagles was pointing to who they had or discussing where the players were. And he's definitely right now talking about how you get back and how you pick up shooters. It's going to be Erskine basketball. 26-25, Lawrence with the lead. 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Bouchard with a basketball, being guarded by Bouchard. Ball to Savage. Back to Linscott, dumped underneath. Tried to get it to her sister. Tipped out of bounds. Erskine retains possession. Ball underneath on the baseline. Ball into Linscott. Down underneath to Clark. Clark dragged her pivot foot, 3 seconds, something. Shot no good. Rebounded by Pauli. Bouchard with the ball. Looks to get it to Savannah Weston. Gets it back to Bouchard. Bouchard looking to shoot again. That's a nice job. Pauli gets the rebound. Tries to get it to Bouchard. Fought for on the floor. It's going to be an alternating possession, and Erskine's going to get the ball. I like the fact that Miss Bouchard came out to shoot in the second half as opposed to pass first. She's had open looks in the first half, and now she's putting the ball up. Somebody must have said something. Linscott with the basketball now. Dumps it underneath. This is Savage. Gets it over to Boucher. Boucher left-hand shot. Good. She's the captain for a reason. 28-26 Erskine. Megan Curtis with the basketball. Penetrates. Over to Carr. Gets it back to Curtis. Curtis dumps it into Pauli. Double comes down. And she's going to draw a foul. Sarah with a nice job. She's got to be a little bit quicker making her decision when she gets the ball in the paint like that. Drew the foul on Clark. Clark's playing a great game. She's just a freshman. Paulai misses the first. 5 minutes, 54 seconds remain in the third period. Paulai's second shot is good. 28-27, Erskine. Boucher with the basketball, being guarded by Bouchard. Getting a screen from Savage. Penetrates left side. Tries to get it down to Clark, and that one is no good. She was off balance when she tried to make that pass and had a bad angle getting it inside. Turns it into a turnover. Colin Power, which is a clear out for a post player. And it looks like an errant pass is going to give Erskine the basketball. Another turnover by the Lady Bulldogs. Boucher with the basketball. Gets it over to Prawl. Prawl just checked in the game for the first time. Gets it to Linscott. Linscott has it. She penetrates, gets it to Prawl. Savage for three. No good. Fought for. Finally picked up by Erskine. Shot there by Linscott. No good. Carr. Coach Chesley wants Power on the left side of the floor. Gets it to Curtis. Now gets it dumped into Neef. Nice play there. It's a foul. Savannah Weston did a nice job. There it is. Delaney Carr with a runner. That's good. Lawrence takes the lead, 29-28. Linscott's jump shot. That's good. Wow, alternating back and forth here. Left hook, right punch. Lawrence with the basketball. Carr with it. Gets it to Curtis on a cut. Nice touch pass to Weston, and that one's good. Somebody's going to have to play some defense and get a stop here. 31-30, Lawrence. Bouchard with the basketball here. Boucher being guarded by Bouchard. Linscott with the ball. Elbow jump shot. Nice pass to a cutter. Savage. Face cut. Nobody blocks the face cut for the Lady Bulldogs, and it results a layup. Megan Curtis with the basketball. Looking to penetrate. Gets it to Carr. Carr has it. Nothing. Weston to the left side. Gets it over to Bouchard. Bouchard puts up a three, and that's good. Find your shot. Nice shot. 34-32 as Lawrence takes a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in the third period. Coach Chesley wants to do something here to talk about things defensively to get a stop. Boucher for the Lady Eagles has done a great job running the point. She's the captain. She's a senior. She's left-handed, quick, athletic. Has done a great job penetrating into the paint tonight, and has really helped her teammates while she distributes. The Erskine Academy Eagles, they play together. It's quite something to watch here. For such a young team, they are well coached. Boucher with the basketball. Getting a screen. Bork fights over the top of the screen. Three-point opportunity by Linscott, no good. Rebound by Prawl. That one's up and in. Tie ball game, 34-34. Megan Curtis has it, looking to penetrate. Nothing there, dribble handoff to Weston. Weston, nobody picks up the dribble handoff. Layup for Weston. 36-34, Lady Bulldogs. Here's Boucher with the ball. Looking to penetrate, gets it to Linscott. Linscott has it. She gets in, gets it to her sister. Her sister up for three. And the bank continues to be open. Joanna Linscott for three. 37-36 Erskine. Erskine sets up in a 2-3 zone. Coach Chesley calling out the right play for him. Megan Curtis for three. That one's no good. Rebounded by Weston. Powered up and in. Three-point opportunity here for the Lady Bulldogs. It's the right shot by Megan Curtis. She was open. It was a zone. You have to shoot that basketball. Savannah's foul shot is no good, and it's going to be rebounded by Erskine. 38-37, Lawrence. Linscott, Joanna penetrates. That one's no good. Gets her own rebound. Travels. She knew it. She was trying to get rid of it, and she just couldn't keep her balance. Checking into the game for Erskine is number 22, Lully. Zone here. Erskine sets into. Gets it to Megan Curtis. Megan Curtis for three. That one's off the iron. No good. Rebounded by Bouchard. Bouchard has it. She pivots. Tries to get it to Weston. That one's going to be tipped by Boucher. And it's going to be a Lawrence basketball on the sideline. Paulai checks into the game. Comes in for Bouchard. Sideline out of bounds here. Erskine in a zone. 2-3 zone. Gives it to Megan. Megan Curtis with the basketball. Reading the defense. Lawrence looking to go high-low here. They take away that. Bork not ready to shoot. Catches it in the baseline. Weston penetrates. Left-hand runner good. That's the trouble with a zone when penetration comes. If they don't talk and communicate on who has ball, it becomes a problem. Quick shot there by Erskine. Holy cow, Jordan Linscott lighted up. 40-40. We've got ourselves a game. Sarah Paulai working the high post. Shot by Bork. That one's good. She was ready to shoot that one. Look out, she's streaky. 50 seconds remaining in this one in the third quarter. Prawl with the ball now. Gets it over to Savage. Savage looks to penetrate. Nothing there. Dribble. Penetration. Nothing. Back to Prawl. Prawl on the baseline. Tries to force it. And it's going to be a turnover. Coach Darner's watching that, and he's having a hard time keeping his hair. Megan Curtis with the basketball. Gets it to Paulai. Gets it over to Weston. Weston gets it over to Dunphy. Dunphy to Curtis. Curtis looks to shoot. Triple threat, no good. Bork, who's got a hot hand, 17 seconds remaining in the third period. Gets it to Dunphy. 14. Back to Curtis. Wide open. Shot. That's off the iron, no good. 9 seconds remaining in the quarter. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shot. Good if it goes. No good. To end the third quarter here at Folsom Gymnasium in Fairfield on the campus of Lawrence High School, it is 43-40. Lawrence in the lead. 8 minutes left in this basketball matchup of two teams of parity. Can't really call it any other way. Much better job offensively by Lawrence in this half to recognize the defense and take what they give them. They've done a better job on the glass and a better job field goal percentage-wise in the third period than they did in the first half. Conversely, Erskine Academy is just shooting the lights out right now. Every shot that they seem to put up, the bank is open. The opportunity for quick shots is there, and they're making shots with hands in their face. Defensively, Lawrence hasn't broken down transitionally. It's just been back and forth. I don't see where both teams can continue shooting this type of a field goal percentage for another quarter. But we'll see, because that's why they play the game. Here we go, Bork with a basketball to start the fourth quarter. Bork with it, gets it over to Bouchard. Bouchard to Pauli. Pauli dumps in. Nice clear out. Double comes down, and it's a jump ball, and it's going to be Erskine basketball. Not one player on the Lawrence squad hollered the double. Not one of them. Erskine with the basketball. Quick shot, three-pointer, that's short. Nice box out by Bouchard, but it's going to come down to Savage. Savage gets it, but her shot's blocked, and Bouchard gets the ball. Ball coming down the floor now. She has it, she reads the defense. Lets the offense go to work. Quick pass. Tipped away by Bouchard. Erskine on the side, Lawrence with the sideline out of bounds. Bork gets it to Pauli. Pauli gets it to Weston on a clear out. Gets it back to Pauli. Pauli for three. That one's no good. Bouchard with the basketball. Tries to save it, but she stepped out of bounds. (43-40). 7 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in this one. Bouchard with the basketball. It's a pretty silent crowd for a very close game. Bouchard with the basketball. Gets it over to Prawl. Gets it to Linscott. Linscott now over to Lully. Bouchard with the ball. Her left-handed shot is no good. Nice box out by Savannah Weston. Gets it to Dunphy. Dunphy up the floor in a hurry to Bork. Bork is going to be called for a player control foul. Lawrence offensively playing a little too quick there. Leads to a turnover and a mistake. There was no offensive numbers ahead of the ball. They tried to force a shot. Bouchard with the ball now. Gets it to Linscott. Linscott dumps it in underneath to Savage. Savage has it back out to Prawl. Prawl with it now at the top of the key. Back down to Savage on the baseline. Right elbow extended. Gets it down. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by Carr. Carr looks to push the basketball. That shot was missed by Lully. Carr with it now. Looks to get it over to Bouchard. Bouchard catches it, penetrates, baseline. Nothing there, but her shot goes up anyways. Nice job by Pauli with the rebound, but she can't connect on the bunny. Fighting for the battle of the ball there, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds by Pauli, they say, and it's going to Erskine. 43-40, 6 minutes remaining in this one. Lawrence with a three-point lead. Bouchard with the basketball. And a timeout, Erskine Academy. It's a full timeout. It's a 60-second timeout. Maybe the 50-50 will exhilarate some people here at Lawrence High School in the crowd tonight. The 50-50 being drawn. We've got ourselves one heck of a basketball game. Five minutes, 55 seconds remain in this game. Both teams not even close to being in a bonus situation yet. Referees have been doing a pretty good job of letting them play this evening and not letting the players' talent on the floor be taken away by their calls. Good, clean, and consistent. Coaches can't ask for much more than that. They can ask, however, for some more offensive execution, and I'm sure that's what Coach Chesley is addressing. It's going to be an Erskine basketball coming out of the timeout. Prawl's going to inbound it. She's going to get it to Bouchard. Lawrence in player-to-player defense. Bouchard has it. Gets it to Linscott. Linscott being guarded by Bouchard. Pushes off. Shot up. No good. Nice defense there. Tipped away by Bouchard. Curtis up the floor in a hurry. Tries to get it to Pauli. Pauli saves it. Gets it to Weston. Weston gets it back to Bouchard. Bouchard tries to get it to Curtis. Slow down, ladies, and get yourself a nice look. There's Paulai on a baseline jump shot, and it's good. 45-40. Busher with the basketball. Gets it to Lully. Lully has it now. Being guarded by Carr. Lully penetrates. That's no good. Nice look at the layup there, though. And Curtis gets the ball. She wants to run, but coach says, whoa. Megan looking to penetrate. Dribble handoff to Weston. Weston gets it to Paulai. Paulai powers it up. She's going to go to the foul line. This is how you extend a lead. Space it out, get it underneath, move the ball in the pass. Get to the foul line. Make your foul shots. Sarah Paulai steps to the foul line. She's missed 2 foul shots so far tonight. And, well, that's a third. Sorry, Sarah. 4 minutes, 53 seconds in this one. 45-40. Lawrence with the lead. Second shot is good. Lawrence up by 6. Busher with the basketball. Gives it to Savage. Savage has it on the baseline. Extended. Gets it over to Clark. Clark with it. Looking to do something with it here. Nothing there. Drags a pivot foot, but no travel call. Gets it to Linscott. Back to Clark. Clark's been in the paint forever, but no 3-second call. Weston has it. Takes it away. Ball up the floor in a hurry to Paulai. Inadvertent pass up the floor. Before she threw that, she's got to, before that pass gets made, if you're the person making that, you got to ask yourself, what is that offensive player going to do once she catches it? She caught it directly underneath the hoop. That she had no angle of being able to get a shot off, and then she was just instantly double teamed. Sarah Paulai did the best that she could with what she had. She tried to dribble it, but when you ask a post player to try to dribble a ball in transition, usually results in a turnover. There's not many players, especially at the high school level, that's going to do that. The great ones that are professionals have a hard time of doing that. 6 minutes. It's a 6-point lead. Check that. 6-point lead. 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Lawrence trying to get one here. This would be great for the Heel Point standings and a victory here. Busher with the basketball. Gets it over to Kennedy. Kennedy just back into the game. Gets it to Busher. Busher has it. Curtis guarding it. Nice defense. Great shot. Busher converts. Erskine picks up pressure. Gets to Paulai in a press breaker situation, and Busher steals it away, and she's going to cause a tie-up. Lawrence is going to get the ball in alternating possessions. 1-4 press breaker. Carr with it. Full court press. Look for the run jump. Here comes the run jump. Curtis with the basketball. Penetrates. Gets it to Weston. Weston triple threat. Penetrate. No good. Nice job there by Linscott to tip that one away. Paulai catches it. Collect yourself. There you go. Nice job. Nice job, Coach Chesley, to get them. That's a reach by Linscott. Erskine getting a little bit more aggressive out there. They know that they're going to have to get themselves back into this by generating turnovers and eventually maybe committing fouls. There's a clear out for Paulai. If they can convert here, that's, almost a three-point opportunity. Pretty good defense there by Emily Clark. Quite often the offensive player gets the advantage in the post play. Her free throw is up and good. 47-42 Lawrence. seconds. 3 minutes, 26 seconds. That one is up and no good. 1 of 2 made by Pauli. Linscott with a spin dribble shot, no good. Rebounded there by Erskine. Linscott gets it again, and that one's got tipped by Pauli. Picked up there by Clark. Clark has it, looks to do something with it. Timeout. Coach Doran. It's a nice timeout there. Bails his lady out. Nice, calm, cool, collective. Young ladies. They get it. They're going to get a little bit, over anxious. They feed off the coach's energy. He's teaching. He's coaching, telling them what they need to do to get themselves back into this basketball game. If Lawrence can just retain possessions, take care of the basketball. Yes, there's a lot of time left in this one. But if they can just convert and retain, that's all they need to do. And they should be able to be fine with this basketball game. Ball's inbounded now. This is Kennedy. Kennedy gets it over to Savage. Savage's runner is no good. Relax. Run the offense. Power called by Coach Chesley. They got to let the post players get into place. Carr has it, and she penetrates. No good. Curtis with it. Gets it to Delaney Carr for 3, and that one's in! With a little help from Larry the Bulldog. 42-50. Lawrence with the lead up by 8. 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this one. Clark, penetrate, no good. Gets it to Savage. Boucher wants to let it fly, but Megan Curtis, nice job on the defensive end there. Savage has it here. Gets it to Kennedy. Kennedy with it. Penetrates, nothing there. Savage with a quick shot, and that one's good. Coach Chesley wanted to travel there, and he was right. Kennedy caught the ball, shuffled her feet, but she did let the shot fly and converted. 6-point lead for Lawrence with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this one. We're a couple of fouls away from the bonus before Lawrence shoots 1 and 1. I'm sure Coach Doran is telling them to get aggressive on the defensive end. They're probably going to pick up with some pressure here and make sure that they can try to generate a turnover. Anytime Lawrence has played faster than they've wanted to, they've consistently thrown the ball away. So you've got to believe that Erskine Academy needs to gain possessions here to get back the lead. And you can all but just guarantee that something's going to happen here where they're going to try to make Lawrence play faster than what they want to. They're picking up in the front court. Lawrence comes out in a press breaker. Player-to-player press here. Looking to deny the inbound and probably run jump once the inbound gets put in. That one gets put to Carr. They run jumping. And trying to trap. They're trapping it right there in the corner. Timeout, Coach Chesley. There's 2 places that you can't go, and that's the corners. When they run jump, they can trap you right in those corners. Coach Chesley is expressing that to his ladies right now. Do not put the ball in the sideline corners on a run jump trap. Ball has to stay in the middle of the floor. Two minutes and 2 seconds remain in this basketball game. Lawrence up by 6. Lady Bulldogs are talking about spacing the floor here once they get the ball in the front court. It's going to be sideline out of bounds for Lawrence. Coming out of the timeout. They're going to look to clear here. Get the ball inside in the paint. Savannah Weston's going to pop out and the ball's going to the baseline. Well, they denied that pass. They get it over to Dunphy. Dunphy gets it back to Carr. Carr has it. Nothing. Penetrates. Shot. No good. Gets her own rebound. Gets it back out to Bouchard. Bouchard has it, tips away, but gets it back. Megan Curtis with the basketball, being guarded, and she penetrates, and she's going to get fouled from behind by Boucher. That's going to be the 6th team foul. Lawrence is going to shoot 1-and-1 after the next foul. So that's probably a good foul there by Erskine. Megan Curtis to inbound. Looks to get it in, gives it to Paulai, but can't handle the pass. Got to catch it with 2 hands, not 1. Boucher with the ball, and she wants to shoot it, but she gets cut off by Curtis. Nice block there by Carr. Coach Donner wants a foul on the shot, but to no avail. Refs have been consistent, at least tonight. They've been letting them play. Boucher with the basketball, looks to penetrate. Nothing there. That's a double dribble. Kennedy with the basketball. Gets a nice roll there. Emily Clark, first-year varsity player. Boy, is she something. She's having a great game. 4-point lead here, 1 minute and 20 seconds. Lawrence with the lead. Faces in the crowd tonight. There says all kinds of different faces in the crowd. You never know who's going to show up at Folsom Gymnasium in Fairfield. Tonight, one of the best college officials in the game, Al Cloutier, is in the place tonight. Yeah. He's here watching a couple of players that he knows that were on the Erskine team. Al also used to coach the Coney varsity baseball team back in the 90s. Back when Coney varsity baseball was ranked in the top 10 in the nation. Yeah. One minute, 20 seconds remain in this one. (50-46). Megan Curtis to inbound. 1-4 press breaker. Trying to get it in. Timeout. Carr and Bouchard didn't do a good job running their defenders into the screen. One of them's got to be the screener, and the other one has to set their player up, slow into the screen, and explode out into it. And the screener has to roll back to the basketball. That's how you create space on those 2 middle positions in the 1-4 press breaker in the front court. But if you don't go in slow and out quick, you can't create the separation that you need, and that's what we found there. Megan Curtis, great job with senior leadership to have the wherewithal to know that they had a timeout remaining and take that timeout to retain the possession. You see it here. They'll do it right this time. There's a screen, in slow, out quick. Ball gets in. Curtis with the basketball. Looking to foul here. Megan Curtis with a layup, and it's good! If they're going to give you the layup, take the layup. 1 minute remaining in this one. Lynn Scott, shot no good. Blocked by Bouchard. Bouchard with it, gets it to Curtis. Gets it to Carr now. Ball in the backcourt, got to get it to the front court here. We got a foul by the lead official looking into the backcourt when the trail official was watching the basketball. For you officials out there, that's something that you're not supposed to do. But Carr with the basketball now at the foul line, shooting 1-1, and that one's no good. Rebounded by Paulai. Powered up, and no foul there on the rebounding action. Gets it back out to Curtis. Curtis has it. Gets it out to Carr. Nice job by the Lady Bulldogs pulling it out there. Carr dribbles it off her foot. Keeps going ahead. Got to play offense with confidence there. Linscott for 3. That was no good. Rebounded, no rebound action, no good. Weston gets it, and she falls down, but was pushed. Travel. Prawl inbounds it. Gets it to Boucher. Boucher has it. Looking to shoot it. She does. Left her no good. Carr with the basketball. 15 seconds remaining in this one. This one's in the books at this point. Brawl fouls Weston. 9.4 remaining in this one. 52-46. Lawrence is going to get out of this one with a win. Shot's no good. Prawl up the floor in a hurry. Gets it to Boucher. Boucher misses the layup. Prawl shot no good. And that's the ball game here from Gus Folsom Gymnasium at Lawrence High School. It is 52-46. The Lawrence Lady Bulldogs come out with a victory, but the Erskine Academy Eagles made them work for every point and every shot. It was a close contested basketball game, and these two teams, I believe, are slotted to meet towards the end of the regular season again. It will be very interesting to see what happens down in South China at Erskine Academy. Tomorrow's Saturday's matchup is versus Nokomis, where Lawrence looks to avenge a loss, a close 2-point loss that happened up in Nokomis earlier in the year in December. So we hope to see you. Thanks for watching Crossroads TV and joining us on YouTube and Spectrum Channel 1301.